got a problem. We 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 got a problem. Yeah, it's probably you. Yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem. Yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem.
What's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you on another video. Your first time following our channel, you love doing, you love movie review stuff like that. You guys make sure you guys subscribe button. Also like video. Yes, this will be a full spoiler review, spoilers from the book and also spoilers from the movie. We're gonna be talking about maybe how some things are different, how some things are the same, and just, you know, some other questions around that. But yes, we have seen the new Dune movie, and as you guys see, my co-host today, he has the Dune book right here. So he has full on read the entire book. So I'm gonna ask him some questions. What's the difference between the movie, the book? You know, just a lot of little questions here and there. Maybe some questions you might have for him today. But with saying that, man, let's just get right into it. Now, really quickly, did you like the Dune book or the Dune movie the best?
They're different experiences. For the overall story, obviously the book. Mm-hmm. But as an experience, what I even read the book in the first place for, come on, this movie was excellent. Mm-hmm. So it's just two different experiences. It's like saying, do you like eating or do you like drinking water more? True, you know, there's different reasons to enjoy both things. So the book is super detailed, super. It's hard to grasp. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes it can drag too. But once you get invested, and these characters and the political themes and stuff like that. It's very layered and very intriguing and very engaging. So yeah, it's an excellent book. Highly recommend it. Similarities. I'm gonna go with similarities first.
Go ahead.
So there are obviously certain sections of the movie where it's like, oh, I remember them saying this line and that line. The fear is the mind killer. The ultimate quote there. I remember just the box, the ganja bar scene. There's a lot of very detail oriented. Like they got you really feel like you're in that world when you're reading. It feels like it captures the imagination. Mm-hmm. I think there's a big distinct difference between this and the Lynch movie of Dune also in terms of how they nailed Paul. I think they nailed him way more in this Denis film than they did in the Lynch film, because this version of Paul feels more like the book. And it's going to sound weird when I say it because we're not onto the second part of Dune, but he's going to get a little bit colder. He's going to get a little bit more rough, and it's going to feel like he's distant. Mm-hmm. So this protagonist will very much turn into not an antagonist per se.
Maybe like an anti-hero?
Sort of like an anti-hero. You will see a rough exterior, and you will see some cold decisions he makes, and some really heartbreaking moments. I'm telling you. And there's some things that happen to him that I'm like, man, I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
I really do. It sucks.
Because it's funny because in the movie you don't really see that from him at all. Like you don't see like this, like what you see in the book. You don't really see like this distinct character. You know, this character, kind of drifting off. You don't really see that in the movie at all. But I guess that's because it's only part one, maybe.
In the book and in this film, I feel like they nail how cold he can be, and they have nailed what people he gravitated towards, like Duncan. Mm-hmm. Great relationship with him and Duncan. Gurney, his father, and his mother. But as it will go on, like the book, it's going to become more and more dark for the character.
Yeah, but you don't see that too much in this one.
You don't see it too much.
In the movie.
This is a little bit more lighter, but you can see where the beginning stages, especially when he lashes out at his mother in this movie. You can definitely see the stepping stones towards that as he becomes a little bit more callous too. So I think they nailed Paul really on the money for the live action interpretation of him from this book and to that movie. I'd like to talk about some of the more distinct differences.
Okay, go ahead.
The order of events is a little bit different. Yeah,
It's different. Yeah.
For instance, I think it's within. I wouldn't say exactly. Maybe the first 2 chapters or like first few pages when you're starting off the book. It's more so Paul like getting ready and learning from his mother about the I forget exactly what it's called, the wearing way or something like that. It's like
with the voice.
He can basically control people with
Yeah,
the voice.
with the voice, yeah.
The very exact pitch. He's learning about that a little bit more, and he's doing the Gunjabar, like the test and stuff like that, putting his hand in the box. That's in the beginning, but it feels like when we're watching this, it feels like it's a little bit. There's a couple of things they introduce first that it's a little out of order in comparison to the book. They introduce that a little bit more towards the middle than the actual beginning of the movie.
Because in the movie, it's more of like he's learning it off rip. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But in the books, a little bit differently. What you're saying?
Yeah, it feels a little bit different in that sense. Also, I would say that the betrayal that happens, I forget his name exactly, Dr. Uni. I think I got his name right.
He was in the movie. He died in the movie.
When you're reading the book, there is instances where him and I think her name's Jessica, right? The mother? Yeah, Jessica.
Yeah.
They have conversations.
You're talking about these 3 right here.
Yes, they have conversations with each other, and the book basically flat out says like he's hiding something and like he could be a traitor and stuff like that.
We don't really see that in the movie though. You
don't see that.
You don't see it until it actually happens.
Yeah, you don't see that in the movie, and like they kept that a little bit more hidden for the movie for the surprise factor. I suppose.
But in the book, they just said no. Something's up with this dude.
I could be wrong, and maybe I missed this. I could be dead wrong. So if somebody has read the book, just please correct me if this is the case. But I don't remember if they tell the motivation in the book of why he
turns. 'Cause I know in the movie it's for his family.
I think they do, but I don't remember exactly. I could be wrong, but I don't remember if they did. But it's very clear in the movie.
Yeah, but I say it's because of his family. You know, he wants to get his family back,
which is understandable.
Yeah,
honestly, it seemed like also him giving the like little tooth thing.
Yeah,
I loved how they described that in this book, and it was almost word for word how they did it in the film too.
They better shot him right there, but yeah.
Yeah. So, he's more of a unfortunate, tragic character, like forced into a situation because of his wife, which is sucks. The Baron.
The Baron. Oh yeah, one of my favorite characters in the movie. But
the Baron, you get a little bit more time with the Baron in this book, obviously. I mean, like the Baron is much more fleshed out. You understand a little bit.
But I wonder if that's because this is only Dune Part 1.
That's probably the case.
Probably is.
Yeah, I would say because this is not even the finishing of this book.
Yeah.
But it feels a little bit more fleshed out for the Baron as opposed to the movie. I think even when we're just getting started too. The Sisterhood is it the Sisterhood? I think they call themselves something different. But basically the witches essentially. Yeah.
Did we see one in this movie?
Yeah, they were the one that were testing Paul.
Oh, got you. Okay,
so
I could pull them up.
So their organization, a little bit of lore. Their organization is basically like the front is that, hey, we're helping you out. But really, they're just interceding and getting more territory and more power as time goes on. Like they have more influence.
You're talking about them, right?
Yeah, that's the point of their organization. And Jessica bearing Paul as a son instead of having a daughter for them, they saw that as a betrayal. They did not like that at all. So like it's gonna be interesting to see that unfold because in the book, it's just gonna see how that unfolds. I'm interested to see how they do that. Let's see. Any more distinct differences?
I know there's probably more, but
there's probably a lot more. Keep in mind, it's my first time reading this.
Yeah.
And it was my first time watching the movie, so it's gonna be a bit. But some Lynch differences for sure. Yeah. Some Lynch differences. I would say no. I think the ending of Dune, the book, is pretty sudden also as well.
But I wonder that's because it's part 1 for the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but maybe.
No, for the book, it's pretty sudden.
Oh, it's a lot better than what
Yeah.
we saw.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, got you.
Oh yeah. For the Lynch film, if I remember correctly, it was kind of the same because it was just like there's too much content.
Yeah.
So yeah, like there's a lot of similarities in terms of like because like over the years, apparently it's just so hard to tell the story, like to get it like done properly. That I think Denise is the closest to like really nailed this in the best way possible. Yeah, so it's cool. One of the creators who there's this creator, he wanted to I forget his name, Jodorowsky or whatever. I think that's the director's name. He wanted to make a Dune project that was like 14 hours. It would have been like a mini series, I guess, like
probably
a TV
what
series.
this movie should have been.
He wanted to make a Dune 14-hour series. Never got around to it. Could never do it. But they had some reference action set pieces or whatever that was used. George Lucas used for the '77 Star Wars film. Yeah, so Dune has had influence in many different ways, from books to like the films for like our favorite franchises to this day.
Now, I have another question. This is my final question for you.
Sure.
Is the Dune book worth reading even after you've seen the movie? You would say.
I would say if you like the movie at all, yes. Okay. If you didn't really feel the movie, if you're like, yeah, I'm not that invested, I would say you're not going to get more invested if you read the book afterwards.
Yeah.
It might not be for you in general. But I would say yes. If you at all care and you read at all, you're going to get invested in this if you were at all invested by the Denise film.
Okay. So when it comes to the book and the movie, when it comes to certain characters' deaths, are they all pretty much the same or are they all different?
It's a little bit of mix. Most of them are relatively the same. Like, there's minor differences here or there.
Like, can you go
especially given the Duke's death?
Yeah.
It's pretty much the death in the book.
So they're pretty much all the same.
Yeah,
okay.
they're pretty much.
That's all the question I had for you, man. But
so,
that was the differences that we went through. Similarities. Now I know we probably did not hit them all. It's probably a couple.
There's a lot. I'm sure.
There's probably a couple we missed there, but that was the most like significant differences we probably saw. But hey, if it's your first time following our channel, hit the subscribe button, also that video. Tell us your thoughts, complaints, criticism. If you guys seen the movie, hit us up. Tell us your thoughts on that down below. Also, at the same time, if you guys have not, check out our review on Dune. Click up here or I'll be in the description somewhere. But hey, with saying that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.